Hey, what's up? We're back for some more videos in the Nightmare Cup. We're gonna run some practice matches against a whole bunch of different opponents this time around. So let's just get into it. First up is Mr. AJ. I think I go for Shift, Croak, and Tomb. I catch his Tomb in the lead. This match actually has something pretty cool coming up. I decide to just wear him down with Razor Leaf damage. I don't really want to burn his shield yet, so I'll just take the charge. Luckily it's Shadow Sneak. So I melt him down, and here's the cool thing. I go for the Leaf Tornado bait, and I actually do get the bait, and finally I get the debuff. I think that's the only one I've ever actually gotten. So he takes me out. I'm going to bring in my Croak now. I'm expecting Power Up Punch, and he's debuffed, so I don't really care what he tries to go for. Take it, knock out his loop with some stored energy now. Mr. Mime, I'm just gonna try to burn a shield with Mud Bomb. Probably could have went for this ledge, but it's alright. Trying really hard to get that second one, but I can't make it. Now it's my Spiritomb versus Mr. Mime, and I'm up 2 shields. So we're looking pretty good here. I just wanted to include that clip solely for the Leaf Tornado bait and debuff. So moving on, we're going to go up against Twastel over here. I'm going to bring in my Rat, Tomb, and Croak, so I actually switch out my Shift Tree lead here. This is one of the lineups I use against opposing 3D teams a lot, but it is kind of flexible with the lead changing, the Shift, Eradicate, or my Xatu. So I go for the Rat lead this time actually. I do a few misplays this game, unfortunately. So I lead Rat into Muck, which is great. Just going to build some energy here. Try to get to the Hyper Fang. I don't want to go for the bait, I'm just going to try to hit the Hyper Fang right away. I should be able to get 2 is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to actually take the first charge move. Yep. And then try to get off my second Hyper Fang. But he manages to beat me to it. I'm not sure if he had charge move priority there. I think so. And now I get my Hyper Fang off. So we're even shields. Now my Rat's in on his. I'm trying to get the Hyper Fang, but I'm just short. Should have went for Crunch to try to bait at least. I don't want to burn my last shield here, so I'm going to let him hit me with Hyper Fang, knowing Croak will survive it. Now I get caught versus Claydol, unfortunately. So I'm in with my Spiritomb. A little bit of lag, and this is where I actually misplay. So I'm just trying to build some energy here. The Gyro Ball comes in and I shield it. I should have just not shielded it and taken the Gyro, because I know I can take one, but I was kind of shaky versus my Claydol matchup. I wasn't sure if he was going to have EQ already or not. So I regrettably shield that Gyro Ball, knowing Rat's in the back. I make another misplay here. I should have just Ominous Winded twice, trying to bait. Because he does block it, but because of the Shadow Ball, I wasn't able to get my second Ominous Wind off. See, if I had just used Ominous Wind twice, I would have got to both of them quicker than his Crunch. So I do lose that match, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'm going to go on to round 2 versus Twast. I'm going to go with Alolan Raichu, Eradicate, and Xatu this time around. I think this is actually one of the lineups I'm not using anymore. It was just something I was messing around with really early on in my testing. But it worked out this game, so here I'm just going to go straight for a Wild Charge and no reason to bait. I just want to do some damage. This is a losing matchup for Rai, so my goal is just to do as much damage as I can. I will shield the Crunch, and now I'm going to try to get in a Thunder Punch. Should get to it here. I built up enough just to bait so I can get a shield, and he actually chooses not to give me the shield, so now I'm in versus Claydol. So I make a switch to my Eradicate here. Brings his Muck, which is a good matchup for me. I'm going to just Hyper Fang, try to get a shield or take a chunk. He really wants to protect that Claydol, so he's going to expend his shields on Muck here. I don't want to burn my last shield just yet, so I'll take the Dark Pulse and then hit him up with another Hyper Fang. He does burn the shield, hoping to get rid of my Eradicate here. He goes for another charge move. I'm not going to burn my shield here. I'm going to let Rat go down. I do have Xatu in the back, so I'm thinking I can handle his Clay with that. And I do have prior energy on Rai, so I'm able to knock out the Muck. And now I build up for a Wild Charge just in case. Switch to Xatu. And now I'm just going to try to farm him and get some Ominous Winds off. I don't really care what he's going for. I just want to keep Xatu as healthy as possible. So I get my Ominous Wind. Chunk it, and now I think I can actually beat him to the last Ominous. No, he gets the Gyro. But I think I can take this one Gyro fine, yeah. And now I get my second Ominous Wind. And I take the match. Really close game though. I was keeping Rai in the back with the Wild Charge just in case. I know it doesn't really do a whole lot, but I was hoping that if anything did happen to Xatu, I would have been able to launch it. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next one versus my friend Midnight Mailman. This time around, I'm going to actually go with one of my anti-Rat and Croak leads, the Chew, Croak, and Tomb. So we send out Chew into his Xatu, which is not exactly what I have this lineup prepped for, but I'm not complaining there. Just going to build some energy. He does switch out his Xatu, so I'm going to bring in my Croak and take out his his Eradicate. Don't want to burn shields here, so I'll let him hit me with Hyper Fang, which just makes it so Xatu can't actually farm me as well. Now I'm going to threaten his Xatu with Sludge Bomb to try to get a shield off. Just a little bit of leg. Oh, he actually brings in his Croak, so I kind of waste the Sludge Bomb. If I had went Mud Bomb, I might have been able to get a second Mud Bomb, but what can you do? Bring in my Spiritomb. I know Spiritomb can beat Croak, especially with this health deficit, so I'm going to Ominous Wind once. Chooses to block it, which is no problem. Now he's going to switch out into his Xatu. I'll just stay in with my Tomb and block this incoming Ominous Wind. Sorry, Aerial Ace. Going to go for the KO. Now his Croak is stuck in versus my Spiritomb. I don't want to use my last shield because I want it for Rai. But luckily I managed to just survive. And now I will hit this Ominous Wind to knock out his Croak actually. Which is pretty awesome. So jumping into round 2, I decide to go with, I believe, Croak, Shiftry, and Raichu. I had Shiftry in there for Claydol, primarily, and Eradicate, but I think I should have brought something else now that I'm thinking about it. I do make another misplay in this match as well, which cost me the game. So I lead Croak into Xatu, which kind of sucks for me. I'm trying to catch an Aerial Ace here, but he doesn't launch it, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go for the Wild Charge. I do land it, which is nice. I don't really feel like I want to lose Rai at this point, because I want it for his Xatu. So I do block the Crunch coming in, and now I go Thunder Punch. This is where I actually make the misplay. I should have shielded my Raichu and then just taken down the Eradicate with Spark, but I didn't. A Sludge Bomb, try to get a shield on Xatu. Don't want to burn this last one on Croak, so I let Croak go down. And now I'm just going to beat his Xatu down with Razor Leaf. Have to block this. And now I'm just hoping he has a Dark in the back or something, but he has Croak, so go for the Leaf Blade to do some chip. It's not enough. If I had just kept Raichu healthy, I might have had a better shot here. But it is what it is. Just some practice matches anyways, so you learn. Now I'm going up against New Archaic. I actually created the anti-rat and croak leads because of this guy. He made me realize how popular those two leads were. So of course I'm going to use one of those anti-croak rat leads. End up with the mirror. This really just goes up to charge move priority, or how far the other trainer wants to let it go. I believe I do have charge move priority here, so I'm just going to go as far as he takes it, really. So we're both down to shield now. I get my second mud bomb. And he chooses to let it go down, actually. Even shields. I'm going to save Croak in the back and use my rat now. I honestly should have just let him kill Croak. Kind of my fault, but whatever. I go for a crunch bait, but he doesn't fall for it. So now I'm just going to go Hyper Fang, hoping he'll think I'm trying to bait again. Which paid off. And now he's going to hit into me. I don't want to burn my last shield yet. I probably should have. But I'm thinking I have this match in the bag, so I go crunch. Then I get his last shield, so now I'm just going to bring in my Raichu and try to go for the game here. So I shield this move coming in. It's ominous win. And he gets the boost. So now I'm pretty much screwed. Takes out my Raichu, and then Croak just goes immediately down. Honestly, sometimes there's nothing you can do. So round 2, I'm going to go with Chew, Croak, and Tomb, another one of my anti-leads that I made because of him. Just looking for it. Yeah, so I do settle on it. I'm thinking about switching out that Spiritomb, but I decide no, I'm just going to keep it in. Alright, so I lead my Chew into his Croak, which is good. So I'm going to start by just building energy, and again, usually I like to try to bait the Thunder Punch. And then depending on that, we'll decide what I do next. So I go Thunder Punch. I do get the bait, so now it's just down to charge move priority. I think he had it here though, so I should have just Thunder Punched the second time. But I didn't, so I actually decided to keep my Chew alive and just go straight for a Wild Charge. He does block it, so now we're both 0 shields here. Just short of that Thunder Punch. But now I can use this opportunity to build energy on Spiritomb. I'm not going to block what his charge move is. I'll just take it, because I can farm this energy up. So I do switch, because I don't want to have to deal with Rat and Tomb. And this is why you should always shield versus Croak. I managed to actually get the Sludge Bomb off and destroy his Xatu. So you should really be afraid of that Sludge Bomb. And now my Croak can just clean up and take out his Rat with a Mud Bomb. But that's actually going to be it for this video. Thank you so much. Just comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.